Have you ever thought about what it really takes to study medicine somewhere like Sikkim? So unique, so tranquil.
Hmm,
It's definitely more than just hitting the books hard. It's navigating a very specific admission scene.
absolutely.
So today we're doing a deep dive into MBBS admissions in Sikkim. We'll look at its only major medical college.
Right, it's MIMS.
Yeah, try to demystify the whole process, break down the costs, which can be surprising, and even get a feel for student life there.
And we should probably place it in the bigger picture, too. How it fits into medical education across India.
Definitely.
What's really interesting, I think, is how this one single institution, SMIMS, plays such a massive role for the entire state.
It really shoulders everything.
It does. So we've looked through the official guidelines, the latest data we could find, student feedback, basically trying to give you the clearest picture possible.
Okay, let's unpack that straight away then. Sikkim isn't like, say, Maharashtra or Karnataka with dozens of medical colleges.
Not at all. It's basically got one main player for MBBS.
The Sikkim Manipal Institute of Medical Sciences, SMIMS, in Gangtok, that's the one, right?
That's the one. Established back in 2001, part of the university founded a bit earlier, in '97.
And it's a big campus. I heard over 25 acres.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive given the terrain in Gangtok. It's quite something.
And the hospital attached to it?
Ah, yes, the hospital. It's got over 550 beds. And it's not just for teaching. It's essentially the main healthcare provider for the whole region.
So it functions almost like a government medical college hospital in that sense, since there isn't another government one.
Exactly. Which, for students, means a really high patient load. You get incredible practical exposure.
Right, hands-on from the get-go. So this centralization, this single college, it must create a really competitive environment, wouldn't you say?
Oh, intensely competitive, especially for certain types of seats. It means SMIMS isn't just a college. It's kind of the whole medical ecosystem for MBBS in the state.
A lot riding on one institution.
A huge amount.
Yeah.
Now, getting in, like anywhere else in India for MBBS, it all starts with a NEET UG exam.
Right. For 2025, that was May 4th, results expected around June 14th. But how does Sikkim take that NEET score and run with it?
Okay, so the state government, specifically the Human Resource Development Department, the HRDD, they handle the state-level counseling for SMIMS.
And it's all online.
All online, yes.
Yeah.
Which makes it accessible, but you have to be careful with the steps.
Okay, walk us through that online process. What are the key stages?
Sure. First, you register online on the HRDD site. Pretty standard.
Okay.
Then you have to pay a security deposit. This varies. It's about R30,000 if you're aiming for a government quota seat.
Which in Sikkim means the state quota seats, right?
Yes, the highly subsidized ones. And it's
Okay.
much higher, around Rs 2,000 if you're going for a private or management type seat.
Okay, quite a difference there. What's next?
Then, based on your NEET UG rank, they publish a state merit list.
Makes sense.
After that, it's crucial. Online choice filling and locking. You list your preferences, but you must lock them in. Unlocked choices just won't be considered.
Right. Don't forget to hit lock.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Then the seat allotment results come out online. If you get a seat, the final step is physically reporting to SMIMS for document verification and the admission formalities.
And you mentioned something about documents being kept.
Yes, this is important. They hold on to your original certificates until you either upgrade to a different seat in a later round or you officially withdraw.
Okay. And pitfalls. What if you don't report? Or, God forbid, use fake documents?
Well, failure to report means your seat is canceled, straight up.
They're gone.
Yep. And false documents. That's immediate disqualification plus potential legal action. There's very strict.
Understandable. What about changing your mind? Withdrawal?
Generally, you can withdraw, but typically only after round one results are out and before you've actually joined the allotted college. Timing is key there, especially regarding that security deposit.
Right, because you might lose the deposit if you withdraw too late.
Exactly. Students really need to read the fine print on the timeline and refund rules.
Super helpful advice. Okay, let's get into the seats themselves. SMIMS has 150 MBBS seats. How do those break down? Is Sikkim considered an open state? Can anyone apply?
It's not fully closed, which is good news for aspirants across India. It's more of a mix.
How so?
Well, the biggest chunk, 80 seats, is reserved under the Sikkim State Quota.
Okay, for locals.
Primarily for candidates with Sikkim domicile, yes. And this is split further. 50 are free ship seats.
Free shit, you mean like almost no fees?
Pretty much. The fee is incredibly low, something like $25,000 a year. Highly subsidized.
Wow. And the other 30 state quota seats?
Those are paid state quota seats, still for locals, but with a different fee structure, though likely still less than the general quotas.
Okay, so 80 out of 150 are primarily for Sikkim residents. What about the rest?
Right. The remaining 70 seats open it up. You've got 32 seats under the general All India quota.
So anyone from India can compete for those based on NEET rank?
Correct. Then there are another 32 seats specifically for the Northeast quota.
Covering the other states in the region.
Yes. Plus, there's one seat under the defense quota, and 5 seats are nominated. The specifics of nomination might vary.
And management quota? Is that separate?
Yes, there are management quota seats available within this structure too, including spots for NRI candidates. So students from outside Sikkim definitely have pathways through the general management quotas.
So it's not closed, but heavily weighted towards locals, especially with those free ship seats. That's a major benefit for Sikkim students.
Absolutely. It makes a huge difference in affordability.
Now, for 2025 admissions, do we have any likely dates for the counseling process? Choice filling, results, reporting?
The official final schedule comes directly from Sikkim HRDD, so you always need to check their site. But based on recent patterns, we can estimate some tentative dates for round 1.
Okay, what are we looking at, roughly?
Choice filling might be around August 10th to 11th, 2025.
Pretty tight window.
Yes. Seat allotment download could be August 13th to 14th, with the results declared maybe on August 15th.
Okay.
Then, paying the admission fee would likely be between August 15th and 20th, and the last date to report to SMIMS would probably be around August 21st.
So a very busy couple of weeks in mid-August.
Extremely busy. And then, of course, dates of round 2, mop-up, and stray vacancy rounds would follow later.
And the NEET cutoff. We know the qualifying percentile for general is 50th, which translates to a score range like 686 down to maybe 144 for NEET 2025. But what does it really take to get a seat at SMIMS?
Right, that qualifying score just makes you eligible to participate. To actually secure a seat, especially in the All India General Quota at SMIMS, you'd need to score significantly higher than that minimum. Given only 32 seats and the Manipal reputation, it's very competitive.
So high scores needed, especially for non-locals. Which brings us, inevitably, to the cost. Let's talk about the expense of studying MBBS in Skinga.
Okay, this is where it gets really diverse. The fee structure varies dramatically depending on the quota you get through.
Let's hear the numbers. What about the general, Northeast, and defense quotas?
For those categories, you're looking at a substantial annual tuition fee. Figures around ours, $18,070,000 per year, are often cited.
Wow, okay. Nearly 19 lakhs a year.
Yes. Some sources mention maybe a lump sum option around ours, 17 lakhs,
Yeah.
or paying it in 2 installments of roughly ours, 8.84 lakhs each. But it's in that ballpark.
And the management quota, I assume that's even higher.
Significantly higher. Think upwards of ours, 35,000 per annum.
Over 35 lakhs a year.
Yes. Again, maybe with lump sum options around 32 lakhs or installments close to ours, 16.64 lakhs each. It's a major investment.
Definitely. Plus a registration fee.
Yeah, usually an additional ours, 10,000 or so, common across categories.
And then the contrast, the Sikkim State Quota.
As we mentioned, those 50 free ship seats are around ours, 25,000 per year. It's a massive difference.
It really highlights the state's policy making it accessible for locals while also having these other avenues. It's quite the range.
It really is. You absolutely need to know which category you're aiming for and what the associated cost is.
So beyond the intense academics and these varying costs, what's it actually like to be a medical student there, living and studying in Sikkim?
Well, SMIMS definitely tries to provide a conducive environment. The campus itself is often described as world-class, and it's set in that very tranquil Himalayan setting.
A change from a bustling city, for sure.
Definitely. They emphasize good labs, workshops for practical work, a central library, sports facilities, medical services on campus, the whole package.
And accommodation, hostels, food.
Hostels are provided, yes. It's expected for a residential program like MBBS.
Right.
While the sources didn't detail the exact food setup, typically, university hostels like this would offer mess facilities either included in the hostel fee or as a separate mandatory charge. You'd expect full boarding.
Okay, so a self-contained environment. What about after MBBS? Any info on PG stipends?
Yes, actually. For postgraduate students doing their MD or MEPA at SMIMS, they're eligible for a monthly stipend around Answer's $80,000 for the 3 years.
That's quite competitive.
It is. Shows commitment to postgraduate training, too.
So it sounds like a pretty holistic setup. Which brings us back to a question we touched on. Why do students move in or out of Sikkim for MBBS? Why would a Sikkim student look elsewhere?
Well, think about it. Only 150 total seats at SMIMS. Competition for those 80 state quota seats, especially the 50 free ship ones, is incredibly fierce.
So if you're from Sikkim and don't get one of those, or can't afford the other SMINS fees.
Exactly. You might have to look at options across India. Maybe you can get a government seat in another state for a lower fee than the paid management seats at SMIMS. It becomes a strategic calculation of rank, cost, and location.
Makes sense. And the other way around, why would someone from, say, Delhi or Chennai choose to come all the way to Sikkim?
Several reasons, potentially.
Yeah.
Firstly, the Manipal brand. It has a strong reputation nationwide for quality private medical education.
True, it's well known.
Secondly, that unique environment. Some students might actively prefer the quieter, focused atmosphere of the Gangtok campus compared to a big city college.
Away from distractions, maybe.
Could be. Plus, the high patient load for practical training we discussed is a definite plus. So if they have the rank and resources for the general or management quota, SMIMS becomes an attractive option.
And just for context, how does this compare to the broader Indian scene, like major cities?
Oh, the contrast is huge.
Right.
Take Delhi. You have prestigious government colleges like Lady Hardinge, Maulana Azad, UCMS, collectively offering hundreds and hundreds of seats.
Right.
Or look at states like Karnataka, UP, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, even Haryana. They all have numerous government and private medical colleges. Think of names like Kasturba Medical College in Manipal itself, part of the same group, Videhi in Bangalore, Muzaffarnagar Medical College in UP, MMU in Haryana. The list goes on and on.
A vast network.
Absolutely. It means way more seats overall across India, but also a much more complex landscape to navigate compared to Sikkim's single college focus.
Okay, that gives great perspective. Now, we focused entirely on MBBS. What about other medical courses in Sikkim, like dentistry, BDS, or the AYUSH courses, Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani?
This is another really important point. The Sikkim HRDD does conduct counseling based on NEET UG scores for AYUSH courses, BAMS, BHMS, BMS.
Okay, so the mechanism exists.
The mechanism exists, yes.
Right.
But here's the catch. According to the current information available, there are 0 government seats and 0 private seats within Sikkim for these specific AUH courses.
Wait, 0 seats in Sikkim itself?
That's what the data suggests. So while you might register for Sikkim AUEH counseling, if you actually want to study BAMS, BHMS, or BUMS, you'd likely need to secure a seat in a college outside of Sikkim.
Wow. That's a crucial piece of information for anyone considering those paths and hoping to stay in Sikkim. A real aha moment, as you said.
Definitely something to be aware of. BDS admissions might also follow a similar pattern, often linked with MBBS counseling, but the focus on 0 AUEH seats within the state was quite stark.
Good to know. And is there any very recent news regarding medical admissions in Sikkim? Anything just out?
Just checking the latest. As of late July 2025, the most recent relevant item on the Sikkim HRDD notice board seems to be a notice specifically about the registration for MBBS, BDS, and allied courses for the state quota seats for 2025.
Okay, so the process is actively ongoing right now.
Exactly. It highlights that the state is managing its quota admission cycle, and students aiming for those seats need to be watching for updates constantly.
Right. So wrapping things up, we've really journeyed through the unique landscape of medical admissions in Sikkim. It's fascinating how SMIMS plays such a central role.
It truly is. From the admission process, the NEET integration, those very distinct quotas and fee structures, it's a microcosm of medical education with its own specific rules.
And understanding these details, the costs, the competition, the online process, even the AYU situation, that's crucial for making informed choices, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's not just about your NEET score. It's about strategy, knowing the system, and figuring out where you fit best, whether you're from Sikkim or anywhere else in India.
So as you, our listener, reflect on all this, here's a final thought to ponder. Could Sikkim's model, with its single prominent medical institution serving the whole state, potentially offer lessons or even a blueprint for how other smaller states or maybe geographically remote regions in India could approach healthcare training and delivery?
That's an interesting question. The challenges and benefits of such concentration. Definitely food for thought.